Alright, this is going to be a really cool one. This is Tract 4 at Riverside at the Niangua. We're about 100 feet up in the air. That was the Niangua River, which the property directly borders. The truck is parked in the lower field. And I believe we're going to take a look at the river frontage first. It's been a little while since we took this video. It's been a couple weeks. Wintertime video, obviously. All those white trees you see, the white looking trees, those are big sycamore trees, which happen to be one of my favorites. They're just beautiful. When you get to the upper reaches, they're like a pure white, and they just stand right out. Really cool. So now we're looking upriver, apparently directly into the sunshine, so that's going to be painful. On the other side of the river, on the right, I believe that's Maggard Campground, little small family-owned campground. This area is just insanely popular with these little campgrounds and whatnot because of the trout fishing and of the river in general. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful river. It's very clear. Now we're looking downriver, so the property's on the right. The red truck is parked roughly in the middle of the property there. Beautiful. So you can see you've got the lower meadow and then kind of a stretch of timber, and then you get to the river. So I believe on this one we took a four-wheeler right to the water, but ideally it should have some kind of little trail cleared out. Everyone has a different preference, but on river sites I tend to like when you can drive your truck almost right to the water, and then if you've got little kids or grandparents or whatnot, they don't have to walk through a little trail. They can just hop in the truck and back it right up to the beach, and everybody can pop out and have fun. Okay, so we're flying, I guess easterly, southeasterly. We're going to end up on the east side, up in Marigold Drive. The property has direct frontage on Marigold. So this lower field, it's beautiful. You could build here, but it is in the 100-year floodplain, so you would definitely have to elevate your structure, which people do all the time on good rivers, but they do it because they have to. And in this property, you wouldn't have to because you have a buildable area on the top of that hillside as well. So as we're looking up that hill, fairly steep hill. In fact, safe to say very steep. I believe most of this is basically a bluff. There may be a way to get a trail up there. It's wide enough where a dozer guy could kind of go at it diagonally, but the good thing is you've got the existing easement trail that goes down around to the south and curves right back up to the property and then goes over the property. Dead ends about 1/8 of a mile later. So now we're heading up toward Marigold. This property had some logging within the last year, but they just took the largest trees, basically the oak trees that were so old that they were starting to decline in health. So those were removed. And there are a lot of big trees remaining. Okay, now here's the part where it gets interesting. You can see that ravine on the bottom of the screen, and then right now you can see that pond in the middle of the screen toward the bottom. I wish we would have stopped and looked at that pond because it's really cool. But Tract 4, the way the surveyor laid it out, that pond basically is the width of the property more or less toward that south side. So in order to create a trail coming off Marigold and going deep into the property, you basically have to go right over the pond or drain the pond, and we didn't really like either option. So what we had them do was put some easements in place where you can actually skirt around to the right side of the pond on the adjoining tract and then come back over again. So look at the map right and the other maps to see exactly what we mean. But so with that, you've got the easement to cut to the right side of the pond into that timber and go back, and the owners of the tracts to the north can use that same trail, which actually hasn't even been created yet, because then they don't have to cross that ravine that you see on the right. So they can also cross Tract 4, skirt around the side of that pond, and then cut to the right to get back to their properties. And again, look at the aerials and stuff we provided. it sounds more confusing than it is, and it's really only on the south side of the property. So where we are right now, we're already past all those easements. And the flat area you see on the right, obviously it could be cleaned up a little bit, but that's level enough for a huge, beautiful building site. I mean, it's a large flat area. You could build anything you wanted in that section. And since they only took the largest trees, the cleanup wouldn't be too bad. We've cleaned up a lot of tracks like this. You just kind of drag the tops into a pile, and you can leave those for wildlife, or you can burn them. That's a really good way to do it. Waiting for a rainy day and then just touch a match to the piles. Use your common sense, obviously, when you're doing that, but we've done that quite a bit. Or you can just leave it as it is, and it's great firewood, and it's great for wildlife as well. We see deer almost every single time we're out here. We hear turkey. We don't see the turkey as often, but we always hear them, and we do see deer just about every time. It's fantastic. We're just about out of video here. So now we're over that part of the property, looking toward the river. This has an amazing amount of frontage. I mean, you rarely, if ever, find river property with this much frontage. Actually, the guys wanted to resplit this and do several smaller tracks, but we really enjoyed being able to do the big track, so that's what we did on this one. Large property. You can check out InstantAcres.com for all the details. If the property's still available, you'll see it on our website. The precise size, the price, the terms, all that good stuff, the owner finance, everything on our website with low down payments and no credit checks. Our stuff does sell pretty quickly, so you want to check out the website to see if it's available, but if it is, we'd love to talk to you. If it's not, we'll let you know what we do have and what may be coming up. We seldom get river property, and we've never had river property of this caliber where you can trout fish. That is almost non-existent. So really special property. Check us out as the video was over 45 seconds ago. Check us out at InstantAcres.com, and we would love to talk to you.